Let's see. World Warships Development Blog. Oh boy. The Dutch destroyer Tromp has been added to the game for testing. Tromp, Jesus. I know the name. I know the name existed before the Trump we all know, but I mean it doesn't make it less amusing. It doesn't make the name any less amusing, man. Fucking Trump, man. Oh man. I mean, yeah. Dutch destroyer Tromp, tier 10. It looks very Cold War-esque. Actually, maybe not that much. Maybe it looks like late 40s, maybe more. Not quite 50s, maybe, yeah. A large destroyer leader, officially classified as a light cruiser by the Royal Netherlands Navy, that is armed with 150mm main battery guns. This is why no one plays, by the way, light cruisers anymore, because these destroyer leaders have just taken over the light cruiser role entirely, and with the exceptions of like absurd high DPM ships like shit like Colbert and Smolensk, you can do so much with these ships while not having a citadel. It's like you get away with a lot of easy shit because of it. 150mm main battery guns. Tromp has access to a wide range of weapons, allowing her to resort to varied tactics in battle. The basis of the ship's firepower is a large caliber, for the ship type, main battery with a good firing range, which is capable of inflicting significant damage to other destroyers or even larger ships. Okay. Significant damage. So they're obviously selling the guns. Tromp is equipped with torpedoes with medium speed. I don't even know what medium speed means anymore, chat. I don't understand what this means anymore when they say medium speed, because we recently saw a devlog where they said that the torpedoes were slow, and then we looked at the torps and they were 70 knots. And I'm like, these torps have power crept past Shima speeds. Shima torps used to be the fastest in the game, and now 70 knots are slow torps, and I'm just like sitting there like, what? How can you call that slow? Like, medium speed. I don't even know what it means anymore. Like, medium speed could be anything from 55 to 75. Anything in between. Medium speed damage and range, but a fast reload time, as well as a notably lower count of torpedoes per spread than that of most other destroyers at this tier. In addition to torpedoes, the destroyer's arsenal also includes an HE bomb airstrike. What? Oh my god. Oh man, I'm too hungover for this shit. Oh shit, where does the planes come from? Does it just call it off land? Again? What happens if you're playing ocean? Does it just like phone in an airstrike from land somewhere? Oh my god. Includes an HE bomb airstrike, previously seen only on Dutch cruisers. Tromp's airstrike. There's a fucking sentence and a half. Tromp's airstrike. This is the kind of vid, if I post it on YouTube, it's gonna be like red flag for ads, because they're gonna be like, man, this is political as fuck. This is the most political video this man has ever made. Like, we need to ban his monetization on YouTube. He's talking about Trump's airstrikes all the time. Sorry, Trump's airstrikes all the time. Trump's airstrikes has a short maximum range but a fast reload time. The ship has good concealment and is able to quietly sneak up on the enemy to effectively use airstrike or torpedoes. When engaging in gunnery combat or when capturing points, you should take into account that the destroyer does not have a smoke generator, okay? The destroyer's consumable supply is limited to an engine boost, which will help at the right time to temporarily increase the ship's otherwise low speed. I mean, yes, that's how every speed boost works. Oh god. Jeez. There's gonna be so many memes about this ship, chat. Oh my god. Oh no. Dude, there's gonna be so many views because of this shit. Bunnisbits, thank you for the 43. Okay, let's see. Ship parameters. 24.5k health. That's quite tanky. 19mm plating. 3x 250. That doesn't seem too bad. Fire range 13.3. That's pretty nice actually. You can get really good range just with the 20% range increase, right? Wasn't it like flat 20 it gave you? It was flat 20, wasn't it? Yeah, flat 20 range. That's not like bad at all. So you're gonna get 1.2x, what was it, 13.3? 16k in base range. You got Zao range. You got Zao is 16.2. You got 16 range on this thing, just building range. Maximum HE to 150. That's pretty good. Alpha. Base pen 25. That's not bad either. 11% fire chance. Good shell velocity. And it's going to be heavy shells because they're 150. Decent AP. Reload time 8 seconds. 8 seconds is pretty shit. But is it the end of the world for this thing? How bad is it? 3x2, 150. What's the DPM on this thing? What's the DPM actually? Has anyone calculated the DPM on this thing? Is it just awful? Or what? What's the DPM on the thing? Anyone calculated it? 96k HE DPM. Okay, that is pretty brutal. Jesus. I mean, it has the range. But 96k HE DPM, really? That is pretty awful. I didn't expect it to be that awful. Okay, to put it into perspective, 96k HE DPM places you here. The only ship you're beating is El Bing Bong. That's, yeah. That's not very good. That's actually, like, really awful. Because it doesn't have any improved AP like Elbing has. Okay, so it's got 2x3 torps. That's also not a lot. Where are they located? Are they central line? No, they're on the side. Oh shit, look at that. You see that? It's on the side, so you can only launch 3 at a time. Then you have to turn your ship around. Jesus. Well, that's not a... 13.7, that's not good alpha. 10. 64 knots. That's apparently torpedoes with medium speed. 64 knots. Torpedoes with medium speed. Torpedoes with medium speed is now 64. Shimakaze is a full... it's a ship designed for torpedoes only. And this is with the modules, to be fair. It has what, 67, 69? I think gearing has 69, yeah. Gearing has 69. It's also like mostly a torpedo boat these days, like. Jesus. So 64 is medium now. Man, Holland and Småland really power crept the shit out of torpedo speeds in this game, like holy shit. 64 knots. But I mean, the damage is sad. And it's only 6 torps. So you're not gonna get that much value out of this. Torpedo detectability is nice. They're quite stealthy. But even so. AA is... Wait, it doesn't get any flak? Wait, it has no flak. That's the only thing that tends to keep, like, allow DDs to sometimes shoot down planes is DDs have 100% accuracy on the flak. So you can let flak like spawns right in front of the planes. So if the guy is potato and doesn't understand to weave his planes and just sails in a straight line as they often do, or flies in a straight line, then DDs tend to shoot down planes. But this thing doesn't have any flak, which means the only thing to defend itself is continuous damage. And 249 with 3.5 km range. What? Sorry, what? That's never gonna do anything. Maximum speed 33.5. Why is it so slow? That's like giga slow. 33.5. What? 33 point... Wait, how slow is that actually? Wait. Where's like speeds here? General. It's the slowest ship in the game. Slowest destroyer in the game. Even the Sherman does 33.9. Ragnar, Howland, Daring, notoriously slow destroyers do 35. Holy sh... Wait. What? Wait, did I fucking hallucinate? 33.5. 33.5. So it has like... basically the lowest HE DPM, because you don't really shoot HE in Elbing. The slowest speed. What? I mean... shit, it loses to most cruisers in speed. Well, not quite, but like... Gutenlu, Minotaur, Puerto Rico, Sevastopol... like, all these cruisers are faster than your destroyer. Wow! That's awful. 720-minute turning circle, that's pretty okay. Rudder shift, pretty decent. 7.3 surface detect. 7.3 surface detect sounds pretty good, actually. So wait, we got... camo... or sorry, module plus concealment expert. 5.9! It's pretty stealthy. It's pretty stealthy, but... okay, it's pretty stealthy. 5.9 cam conceal, that's pretty stealthy. But the problem is, with this plating and this health, like, who do you sneak up on using that stealth is what I'm trying to figure out here. Who do you sneak up on? Like, do you sneak up on a Shima? A Shima does 135k DPM. You do 96. He's got a third more DPM than you do. More than a third. You get outgunned by the ships that you outspot heavily. If you run into something like Gearing, then Gearing has 216k DPM. He's literally got more than twice your DPM, the Gearing. More than twice your DPM. Like... how... what? Shima is 6.2 km nowadays anyway. Huh? What? Crying Panda, can you... what? I don't understand. What? I don't understand. Shima is 5.6 km concealed. Always. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Thank you, Surprise Cat Attack for Delo. Camo-less Shima player? Yeah, but camo is built into the ship now. So, what? Camo is literally integrated into the ship. So not running camo doesn't matter anymore. What? Okay. But, okay, so speed worst. DPM basically worst. Concealment decent, but you can't fight anyone with it. And you don't have... wait. Okay, let's see. Airstrike. 40 second. Available flights. Maximum range 8. 12 bombs. I mean, we already know what this bomb... is this the same as the Dutch bomb? 3.7k alpha. 6 bombs. Wait, bomb pen... what the fuck is that? 20.5? Okay, since when do they even do decimals on their pen? But why is it 20.5? Bomb pen might be an error from what I've heard. Surely. Is it supposed to be 25? I could maybe understand 25. And this is like typo or something. Might not pin a sub. I don't know, man. But like, regardless, 3.7k alpha, is that like just standard good and loose strike? Where's our good and glue? Where's our good and glue? Okay, airstrike. 2.2k alpha. No, that's self. 6.8k alpha, sorry, 6.8k alpha. 6.8k alpha. Wait, and these things do 3.7. So almost half the damage of the Gut and Lu airstrike. With less pen. And you only have a damage control and an engine boost. And it's standard engine boost. Wait, I thought based on this talk, the engine boost, which will help at the right time to temporarily increase the ship's otherwise low speed. I thought this was going to be like an enhanced engine boost. But it's a standard. And it doesn't get any ASW either. It's a destroyer with 0 ASW. What? Wait, how does this thing not just suck dicks in the street corner for like $1? Explain. What am I missing? Is this a classic case of we give it one gimmick, so we have to nerf it everywhere else? You're not supposed to attack submarines. That's true, that's true. They really don't like when you attack submarines. In the Twitch stream, they said ASW was still being discussed. Yeah, should we allow this ship to sink them? I don't know, man. Big discussion to be had. Big discussion to be had. But like, what am I missing here, Chan? This thing has no DPM, no torps, no AA, no ASW, no smoke, no heal, no real gimmick, standard engine boost. It gets outgunned by everything, hunted down by everything. It has torps. No, having 3 torps per side on a tier 10 destroyer is not having torps. Småland has more torps than this thing has. Like, hello? Shit, Sherman torps are probably more scary than these things are. What? Thank you, Captain Luftwaffe. This is what I mean. It's gonna be like this ship is literally already a meme. But even the stats are a meme. I don't see the point. Like, the only thing that could save this thing is giving it improved AP pen angles. Like, giving it the Elbing treatment. But then, I don't know, will it still be just worse than Elbing? It's like, okay, one thing you gotta keep in mind. This thing doesn't have a smoke. And it doesn't really have torps. So if you want to deal damage in this thing, you have to be gunboating. And they put its big, huge, big superstructure. It's literally a large destroyer leader classified as a light cruiser. This thing is going to be gigantic. It only has 24.5k health. It doesn't have any heal, no fringe saturation, a standard speed boost. It's slow as shit. How do you stay alive gunboating in this thing? How do you stay alive gunboating in this thing? You have no smoke to hide behind. Like, Elbing has, what, or 30k health and a smoke. And that thing's, and it's faster. And that thing struggles to, like, stay alive in open water gunboating. Like, shit like Ragnar has a heal and much more health. Marceau has French saturation and stupid speed. Like, these all have tools to stay alive when gunboating. What are the tools of the Tromp? Hey, man, yeah, Venezia will love this thing. I mean, any ship, any cruiser will love this thing. Like, this thing isn't even going to be hard to hit in a DM or a Salem with those slow-ass shells because this thing is so fucking slow. You stay at max range, right? Like you sit at your 15, 16 can range. But the problem is, if the only way to stay alive and use your guns is to sit at max range, then what the hell is the benefit of having that great conceal? Like, it's literally clashing ideas here. It's clashing ideas. They give it the great conceal to apparently encourage pushing in, but you can't go into a cap, because if you get spotted, you can't disengage, you're so slow, you can't smoke up, and you can't outgun any destroyers, so you get shit on. So you never actually want to use your great concealment to anything, because you're a victim if you get spotted. So all you can do is sit at range, in which case your concealment is completely wasted, and you struggle with your shitty DPM, and you can't use your airstrike then either, because your airstrike range is only 8 km. In fact, there is no fucking synergy in anything this ship has. The torps are 10, the airstrike is 8, the guns are 16, and the only way you can stay alive because you don't have a smoke or a heal or speed or armor, like you have no tools of survival, so the only way you can stay alive is sitting really far back, in which case you probably can't use your guns, or you probably can't use your torps, and you can't use your airstrike, and you're not going to use your conceal. This thing is such a series of like clashing concepts, and I don't see what this ship is supposed to be good at. And the airstrike instantly telegraphs your position, right? You instantly see where the DD is when you send the airstrike. And like, what do you do if a carrier starts hounding you? You have no AA. You can't disengage. Like, what do you do if a carrier just hovers a plane on top of you? What do? You can't shoot down the planes. You can't smoke up. You can't disengage in any way. Like, you're just sitting there as a victim being perma-spotted while the enemy team just shoots your slow, huge destroyer, and you just sit there being tortured. You just die. This is honestly probably one of the worst early concepts I've seen, because I don't see any synergy anywhere. Midway bombs are gonna love it. Oh Jesus, this thing is gonna get so crushed. Like, you can't even YOLO anything really. Like, when are you supposed to YOLO with this thing? Let's see, you drop your left side torps, then you turn and you drop your right side torps. So you do, what, 13 point... You drop 82,000 damage, and then if it's a battleship, we're talking like at least like a 30% reduction minimum. Probably more. Whoops, we did that wrong. My bad. What was it? 82 times 0.7. Yeah. So you're doing less than 60k. If you're trying to torp something like a Kremlin, you're cutting off 50. You're doing 40k with your YOLO. You can't really YOLO any battleship in the game. Like, they're all gonna survive it. If you hit the nose, the saturation is gonna kick in and you're gonna do 50% less. Like... And the airstrike, I hope this is a bug or something. I think some sort of concept here is that you force damage cons and then you burn them to death with the airstrike and stuff. But how do you force the damage con with your guns? Because if you open up at 8 km, like airstrike range, you're gonna fucking explode. Because you're huge, you're slow, and you have no smoke. So if you open up with your guns to try to force a damage con, you're gonna explode. On the other hand, if you're sitting at range and you force a damage con, how do you make it close enough to fucking drop an airstrike on the guy if you're 15 km away and you have to make it across 7 kilometers with this speed just to drop your 8 km airstrike? Like, where is the synergy? I don't understand anything about this. First you drop the airstrike, and then he damage cons, and then you sail away in front of him, hoping you're faster than him. Because like, if he's like a Georgia, he's gonna be like 5 knots faster than you are. But you hope you're faster than he is, barely, and then you try to like create a gap so you're gonna use your guns, by the time his damage con is probably gonna be up again. I mean, I don't. You have 2 airstrikes, so you have to land 2 perfect airstrikes, and then what? Then you gotta fire. Ideally, maybe 2. Is that your damage? Like, this this thing looks so awful, man. Oh, dude, this thing just... I think this is... They like, someone at the office had an idea. We need to put an airstrike on a DD. And then they didn't think any further. That's where the thought process ended. Airstrike on DD, we're done. And no more thought required. Imagine running into a Sherman with that thing. Like, any gunboat DD. How do you deal with any gunboat DD, chat, in that thing? Like, seriously. 96k HDP, you're sitting here. Like, even Somers. Somers has 50% more DPM than you do. Somers is goddamn torpedo boat. Like, hello? Imagine running into Ragnar. Ragnar does... like, more than 50% more damage than you do, but Ragnar is also faster than you are. Like, gee, what the fuck, man? What do you do? What do you do? You just suffer, man. You just suffer. And I think 33.5 knots of speed, like, I hope you don't run into any of these guys. Like, how do you disengage from these guys? You don't. You really don't. Jesus. Fuck. If there's some tier 9s in there, then you're even more screwed. Like Missouri, Iowa, like any American or any German BB running at you is gonna make you suffer, because you have such an issue of disengaging from that. Bro, I don't get it. This thing seems... I don't know. Like, they really need to save it. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind that despite it only having Elbing levels of HEDPM, it didn't have improved DD dispersion. That's something people forget. Elbing has improved DD dispersion. Elbing doesn't have normal DD dispersion. Like, if you look at 16 km range, you see the dispersion, it's 66 meters. It's got improved dispersion. If you compare it to something like a Marceau trying to shoot even 13, you see it's like... Elbing has half the dispersion of a normal destroyer. That thing doesn't have that either. The torpedo DPM is tragic. Like, what was actually the torpedo DPM? 70.5k torpedo DPM. Wait, where does that put you? Where does 70.5k torpedo DPM put you? 70.5k torpedo DPM. It puts you here. You have Marceau levels of torpedo DPM. Except Marceau can actually YOLO and dev strike things. And like the torps are terrifying on Marceau. Jesus. Sid 46 is more torpedo DPM than you do. They incomparable. Oh no. No, no. Felix Schultz has more torpedo DPM than you do. Holy shit. Dude, that is some kind of tragedy, man. Jesus, 70.5k torpedo DPM is kinda tragic. No hydro, no heal, no standard speed boost, no AA, no smoke. Jesus. I don't... Isn't this like... This is like yet another gunboat, long-range gunboat that they add to the game, and they give it absolutely tragic reload to begin with. And then they spend the rest of the devlogs increasing the reload. They did that with the Alvaro Bazan as well. It started at something like 10-second reload as well. I feel like they're afraid to add decent tier 10 ships now, because they want everyone to play the super ships to feel super powerful. But that's really what I've been noticing lately.